And all right. Well, welcome back, all my emo girls and guys, for another episode of 1 to 10. So I think I just want to get right into it. Have you guys listened to the greatest album released of all time recently that we had the fortune of being alive for to come out? And obviously I'm talking about MGK's new
Oh.
album.
That's a funny way to say
You had a
hot
new
piece of
album?
garbage. Yeah. No, I have not had the misfortune of listening to that. I've been avoiding it like the plague. As
Yeah,
the
well,
resident emo of
Yeah.
the fucking pod. Yeah, no.
Yes, defender of
the-
punk over there. What do you have to
yeah,
say?
Yeah, defender of
it's-
pop punk forever. Dude, I fucking hate MGK.
I
I don't know.
didn't
I
even
have
real-
I have the hardest take, dude. I feel like on this situation, probably out of the three of us, because
Okay.
okay, so MGK is like a fucking 0 out of 10 for me. I
Yeah.
hate the dude. Because okay, so back in the day, like 2010 to 2012 era, when he was like doing shit with Waka Flocka on a track and he was rapping, I was like, this is cool, and I get it. People change their art, they develop, they become different, like they wanted different mediums, and I understand that emo rap is a thing. And I understand that he has roots within the community, being on Warped Tour and stuff, so he should have
Oh,
credibility.
yeah.
But the problem is that people are like over glorifying what he's contributing, and I have a hard pressed problem with like the persona that he takes to that also feeds into that glorification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sorry. It took me a second to have to formulate that. So
No, but
basically,
it's
like,
the way he acts. Yeah, I get
yeah,
what you
it's the
mean.
way he acts around it. He's like, yeah, I am doing this. So what? And it's just like, okay, but you're not doing anything. And I guess like the real thing for me is like there's real emo bands that are actually currently doing like real things for emo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't get attention because
exactly.
he's
Like
making a fool of
if
himself.
I say Charmer, you say you don't know any songs by that band. And I'm
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like Topanga Lawrence, Wolfgang Fist, fucking Roy's Our Boy. Like there's so many things like there's these really cool bands that are doing really cool things that actually innovate. And like
Yeah.
And
sure.
then there's MGK.
Okay. Are they
Yeah, there's MGK.
are they playing Fender amps with like a 1 or 2 distortion pedals, maybe some compression and a reverb?
Yeah.
Yes. It's contrived of the same thing. But like I just don't really think what he's doing is like a contribution to true emo, number one, and then number two, then it's like, well, that's really technically more pop punk. Because when you get into the real argument for emo, like people will
Yeah.
even say, like, what when you guys think emo, what bands do you think?
La Dispute, maybe.
Okay, not
like
you're-
August
you're
Burns
real-
Red.
Hotelier.
Okay, those are not emo bands.
Okay, I don't know.
I was looking for
I don't
more
know.
the
I just know
generic
that
answer.
I was just thinking of
The
what
generic
depressing people in high
consumer
school
would
were
say My
listening to.
Chemical Romance or
Oh,
like
yeah, My Chemical
Yeah,
Romance,
Fall Out
Taking
Boy,
Back
right?
Sunday.
And really, those bands aren't even actually
Green
like,
Day.
they are emo, but they're not even really emo. They're more
Nirvana.
punk. Those are more punk bands. So like,
Yeah.
Wake me up.
DMCA did the first 5
You mean
minutes
to
of the
tell
pod.
me
Let's
21
go.
Gun Salute isn't an emo song?
21
Okay. So the point is, he's not pop punk.
Green
either,
Day really
if you think
occupies
about
a
it.
strange place in
Green Day is a
culture.
special band,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. MGK is not.
I really like Green Day, but some of their songs are just an absolute meme.
Oh yeah, for sure. For
I
sure.
think like it all started going downhill when they did Uno Dos Tres or whatever that series of
no,
albums
21st
was.
Century Breakdown was when it went downhill.
I mean, yeah, that is probably the true mark.
It was this follow up to fucking American Idiot. I mean,
Yeah.
I want to be an American.
Not every band gets a like Broadway
and see,
musical
is that
made about
that
their
album's
song.
even more, like that album did more for emo than fucking MGK does for emo.
Dude, Smash Mouth is more emo than fucking MGK.
I mean, at
this
least
point.
body
the lead
was
singer of
well, I've seen more people mosh to.
That's actually true.
Smash
Somebody once
Mouth.
told me the world was gonna roll me. Damn, that's like a really fucking emo
Yeah.
line, dude.
Dude, right?
Yeah, okay, yeah,
With
you're
the
right.
shape of her thumb and a
They don't
L
start
on her
coming in. They don't start
forehead,
coming
bro.
in.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're
say
like,
I
they
agree.
don't stop coming in, they don't stop.
Okay. So what's your guys' opinions on MGK?
As a resident Parm Thanany Singtano over here, I did try to listen through the fucking album, and I have to agree, it's fucking trash, dude. Like, there's so many songs where you can hear that he just ripped, like, whoever produced it, because he didn't do any of the instrumentals himself. Like
You know what?
you can
You have
tell
the
he,
power of Google.
yeah.
Go on.
You could tell he and on TikTok, like there's so many people just making videos about, hey, this sounds weirdly like there's one of his songs where people are speculating he ripped the Lego Ninjago theme song, and it's when you play it over like. Just so you play MGK song, then you play the Ninjago one. It sounds a lot alike, and then when you do the Ninjago just instrumentals and MGK lyrics, it's the same song.
Okay, album was
So
produced by Travis Barker,
yeah,
MGK, Nick Long, Slim
sure.
XX, Baze XX, Omer Fetty, Ryan Teeter. Yeah. So here's what I was looking for. I was looking for like a John Feldman.
Yeah.
I was looking for a real rock producer who has like continuously made hits.
Travis Barker, bro, he's a rock producer.
Yeah, man.
He made a song with
Yeah,
Roseanne.
he produced some drums on the album, I imagine.
Roxanne.
And I get it. People are like, oh, Paper Cut, Emo Girl. These songs are so good. I have not heard them once.
They're not good. They're very
I have not
bad.
heard them once. I'm not going to hear them.
Bro,
I can play guitar better than MGK.
I fell in love with an emo girl.
Line 6.
I fell in love with an emo girl. Emo girl. That's one of the lyrics, bro.
That sounds about right.
You know that implies he's talking about Megan Fox?
I guess.
Megan Fox was never an emo girl either.
That's what I'm saying.
See, and that'll go into my take on MGK, which is
gentrifying the culture.
Dude. So yeah, basically the album 0 out of 10, MGK negative 100 out of 10. Dude doesn't even play the guitar in his videos. It's the same thing as Boog. He's booging it, bro. He's just carrying it without it being plugged in and just pretending to jam on the fucking
well,
thing.
Now I
bro.
have to use this story for that pre-roll, so you're welcome for that reference, everybody. You worked wrestling and again successfully.
Dude,
Mother is buying me some shoes.
I'm always gonna slip it in somewhere, bro.
Ooh, sweet mommy's buying Dersey Chan shoes. Ooh.
Yeah, she's buying. What the fuck?
What
Found
kind
a
of
nail on the ground? That's
Whoa, yo.
Probably from this old ass chair I'm sitting in. This thing.
That makes sense. So what is your take? Let me hear it, because I'm interested to hear how Megan Fox plays into your take. You know?
Yeah, I actually am interested. This is really...
because I have been an absolute Megan Fox stan.
Oh, okay.
From the jump,
okay.
let
Bro's
me tell
horny
you.
on Maine. Let's go.
I'll be fully honest. She's great. And so to find out,
what are some of your favorite things about her, or like her favorite works? Because I know she's a talented actress.
Yeah, Jennifer's Body, maybe.
see
That one scene in Jennifer's Body, you know what I'm talking about.
I've still never seen that movie. I'm gonna say it.
Her body of work is not as much of my concern.
Okay,
I will say
this is the horny episode.
but
we made it to 5 before someone got
like
the giggle
the
hard.
thing is like
Bricked
he just
up.
sucks so bad that it's like to see her go for a guy like that. It just I don't want to hit the the nice guy narrative and the incel narrative, but that is like the biggest fucking. Oh, he sucks, and she is just like a normal, cool person.
Why do
now,
women only want men who treat them like
Is she
trash?
a normal, cool person?
Exactly.
Why do good guys only want bimbos that
I
won't
don't
give
know.
them time of day?
For me, this just ruined my illusionary image of Megan
Now,
Fox.
Durs, I thought we agreed that the next episode was the Reddit episode, not this one. Because now we're talking r/nice guys.
You mentioned, we've already entered the r/nice guy territory long ago.
We're gonna step away from that cringe.
So,
So basically, I think he's like an r/nice guy cringe boy, and it just made me realize that Megan Fox is not this imaginary person I imagined in Hollywood.
Yeah, she's a flawed individual. She likes him.
Her only flaw is kissing MGK and fucking him. Like,
well, and I feel like she's just been like all in the media more now that they're together, and you didn't really hear much about Megan Fox.
She secreted her lips by putting his penis there.
Okay, so I just want to assure you guys we will definitely not have ads on this episode because we are in the first couple minutes, and it's definitely going to get demonetized.
Sponsor us. Adam and Eve sponsor us.
Yeah, Adam and Eve. This episode sponsor.
Yeah,
Dick hurt.
See,
sponsored by Blue Chew.
Yeah, MGK doesn't use Blue Chew.
Doesn't need to.
Yeah. Just ask Megan. So I guess our overall consensus is he's just big cringe and fucking
Yeah,
overrated
I
and
feel like he's just
stupid.
he makes everything
Average
around
score
him
of a
cringe.
fucking -3 on
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, like
literally,
I don't have much good to say about him. I've
which
never
is a
like
good
Please, skip it
segue.
over.
Well, unless do any closing remarks on our friend Michael Gunn Kelly.
Uh, please stop gentrifying emo culture.
Just leave the scene, bro. You're ruining it. And, like that's one of his lyrics too. He's like
Yeah,
everyone saying you leave the scene, you're ruining it. Oh my god, holy shit.
it's just that
So
song, but only that lyric.
only that lyric, yeah. But yeah, so since a good little segue, since we're talking about overrated cringe garbage, March Madness. March Madness.
It's been one
bro, that
episode.
game last night was good. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, yeah, that was a good game. UNC really fucking showing Duke how much they fucking hate them and letting Coach K retire like that because you know the narrative has
Putting the
been
old
like,
man out to pasture.
yeah, dude, and like you know deep down in his head he was like, oh shit, we're gonna win a natty this year because like
Yeah.
they're an 8 seed and like they always expect to make it to like the round of 8, but like damn. So, but obviously we know that side of the matchup, and then the other game was Kansas Villanova. Am I correct?
Yeah, and that wasn't very close, I
No,
don't think,
Kansas shit
watching
on
into
them.
that
Kansas is
game.
gonna.
Yeah.
I feel like Kansas is gonna take the whole thing.
Rock
Um,
Chalk
dude, fuck them.
Jayhawk.
I hate all these teams. I wish like they would all lose, or you know, Bane comes out and starts telling people about
Just
darkness. Like,
boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom, boom, boom.
exactly.
Let me tell you, I
Um,
was born in it.
I want UNC to take it all the way, just because fuck Jayhawks. Fuck you, Alec.
Hey man, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
We'll check back and we'll see when we win. So
I
but
can't root
how?
for anything with related to
I
Kansas,
think
so
I think an interesting way to take a look at this is how would you guys like rank just this overall tournament so far? Like, well, like what are your thoughts? Because I've watched other tournaments in past years. And I gotta say this has not been my favorite.
nah, 10 for me, dude. This has been great.
I mean,
Uh,
aside from like the one underdog that was kind of interesting in the beginning,
St.
there
Yeah.
wasn't
Peter's.
really anything crazy.
No,
you
that
know?
was
Like,
nuts,
I
dude.
remember watching the
That was
tournament.
well, that was history in the making.
Yeah, I don't know. There was I thought it was some really cool shit. Let's see. So we had that fucking Doug Eater kid becoming like a fucking national celebrity because he eats chicken wings. And that
Yeah,
fucking pedo mustache he had, hilarious.
yeah,
You had what Purdue with Zach Edey. He was the biggest player in Big Ten history, like at height wise.
yeah.
That was recorded this year. And then I don't know, like it was fun to watch Parm lose his mind to fucking
That's
Miami.
fair.
That was very fun.
Yeah, that
I got
sucked.
I had a great time making episode 4 just because of that alone. Because I got to curb you.
Watch him
That was
slowly
fucking
lose his
hilarious.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was good. It was good. So I'd say it's a 10 for me personally. I mean, win or lose for Kansas at this point, they made it to the finals, so that's pretty fun. So it's just been a fun ride. And like also I don't really participate in the regular sports ball as you guys know. But
Yeah.
for me this was like a reminder. I wouldn't say like a reinvigoration. It's a reminder
Yeah.
of why I do love the game of basketball.
Yeah.
And like why I can really out of all the main ones I can probably enjoy and relate to it the most. Just because I think soccer doesn't have enough appeal to a lot of people. And even so, it's kind of a like if you watch a basketball highlights thing from a game like NBA or NCAA, you get a lot more excitement out of it. But like having a 90-minute game and plus extra time, and the exciting moments are like 5 clips sometimes, is kind of problematic. And that's why I can see why basketball is a more entertaining product.
For sure.
But,
For
yeah,
sure.
I've been enjoying it. 9 or 10 easily.
9 or 10? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll save my take for last. Durs, let me hear you since you didn't have anyone you didn't have any skin in the game, I guess, to say for this
Yeah.
tournament.
I didn't have any, so I don't have a team or anything. But I will say, I guess moving forward, I'll be an honorary Auburn fan. Or I'm such a
Fucking
fan.
go. Add another one to the cult.
He's been trying to convert me for years. So I guess in any sports that I'm a St. Louis fan strictly, so
Yeah.
Blues and Cardinals. But anything outside of that they're not participating in, I'll root for your team.
I appreciate
But yeah,
that.
I
Most
mean,
people cheer
outside,
against me.
so not having any team that I particularly care whether they win or lose, it's pretty entertaining for me. I generally not a big basketball person, so I have watched past tournaments, but it's never like I'm not making a bracket. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
I really enjoy it.
Okay.
And I think what's cool too is that like in particular like the timing of this is like it's one of the first big like sports events wherever there's a huge tournament. It's an every year thing. College sports in the U.S. are huge, so like this really felt like a big event for like the country to like enjoy. Like I feel like
Yeah.
I've heard a lot more about March Madness this year compared to past years because everybody was like just looking for something to like be involved in together, and it's like something fun that
Yeah.
everybody can participate in. So like I heard a lot more talk about it this year than I feel like I have in past.
That's fair.
So I don't know. I'd give it like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I've watched some crazy sports moments, but I think it's
Yeah.
a really
So
positive
like
thing for
that's
everyone.
fair. That's definitely a valid take, I would say. Um I've been thinking about this a lot cuz like there's been so much good in this tournament. I mean, Kentucky getting bounced in the first
Everybody loves to
round.
watch
Yeah.
Kentucky lose.
Go
Yeah,
to-
everybody Kentucky is the worst blue teal blood of
Shout
the
outs to my
bunch.
fucking homie Rodney at work. You fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, Cats by 90. So yeah, them getting bounced in the second round was great, and then obviously St. Peter's just making history, great. But like Auburn Final Four, that is the 10, and the only way there will ever be another 10 is if we make it to the final. So like that, by virtue of that, I can't give this tournament anything over like an 8. So I'd probably give it like a 6.5. There's good moments, but I'm gonna say I'm more salty than I am like happy for other people in this instance.
Yeah,
So,
the salt overrides your
yeah,
joy
to
at the
go like it
tournament.
wasn't like because we didn't go out in close fashion. We just went out, dude. We just
Damn.
lost.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You guys got dunked on.
Yeah.
There's
If my
video
dog
evidence
starts
of it.
barking, I'm sorry.
I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
gonna come over and take her outside for you.
thank you. That please don't.
I will walk her. Out.
All right. So yeah,
what
March.
do you mean?
Oh, you said you'll take. Oh, I thought you
Yeah,
meant
take
you'll
her
take
outside
her
on
out,
the
like
walk.
out back.
No,
Like,
what? Oh God,
that's where my mind
to the
went.
That's
Like,
horrible.
damn, bro, she is adorable. She's wearing her super pooper shirt. She loves it.
Nice. Callie was wearing his cramp shirt the other day, so.
So actually, I've been meaning to ask you guys since you were playing some games before we kind of were just shooting the shit.
Yes.
Fortnite boys, how you liking it? No building is the new rage, I guess.
Yeah. So this morning, actually, time of recording,
Mhm.
they just put back like the regular queue for either zero build or for the building option, because it was only competitive that had building, and then it was zero build for the normal queue only until this morning. I have been loving it. I know there's been mixed reactions against people who have played Fortnite a lot or have played Fortnite a lot more than me. But as someone who comes in and out of the game every couple months and plays for a little bit and then kind of dips out, pretty great. I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And it's not even for like the sake of being like clearly the best shooter or the best battle royale. It's the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
Like it's just a fucking crazy game. First off, the map that's out now is like nuts. They have the Daily Bugle and Tilted Towers.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
crazy.
like-
Giant blimps
So it's-
everywhere with loot on them. Like,
exactly. There's like
all
loot
sorts of
everywhere.
NPCs.
So you can land anywhere and just kind of get fucking like goated.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I don't know, solos feel good, duos, trios feel good, like everything feels good, weapons feel good. For me, it's like the moments of like when the game's getting sweaty. Like my first or third game back, maybe. I loved the ending of it because it was just it was like me using my Kakashi from Naruto skin.
Yeah.
With the Anbu mask. And for those who actually understand what the fuck that means. Then I'm fighting Deadpool, and I die to Deadpool, who like then gets gadded by John Wick, the OG like first crossover skin, and then that person gets killed by like Mystique from the X-Men.
Wasn't the John Wick though unofficial?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But the point is like it's just this crazy like metaverse thing, and then like I load into the next game, and I'm like I'm gonna change my Naruto skin, so I put Naruto on, and I start dancing and doing like the little like wrist thing that Snoop would do, and just playing the music, and then Jinx from Arcane League of Legends loads in right in front of me and starts dancing too, and does the BTS dance, and I'm like, this is why I love this.
Arcane is in.
Oh yeah,
like Riot let their
Jinx
characters
is
in a different company's game.
Jinx is in Fortnite.
Yeah,
it's also been in other games too, like Free Fire or something.
I didn't know that. That's interesting about Rito.
This year has been very good for Rito.
Yeah, it has been. It really has been.
It's just like
but we're not here to talk about Rito.
I mean, yeah, we're talking about Fortnite. We're talking about Epic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good time, man. It's a good romp. I have fun playing it, and like I said, the absurdity is what really draws me to it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, like Fortnite without building, like probably 8 or 9 out of 10. I could play with building again, but I'm not gonna say this like I don't miss it. And I know we have a friend who he does miss it.
He does miss the shit out of it.
Played with us when we're not playing no builds. It's like, this is fucking lame. Yeah. I was like, you can't just enjoy it for what it is. He's like, no.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I can totally understand that. Like, if you enjoy Fortnite, like that you enjoy it because, like, if you're someone who plays Fortnite consistently, you're playing it for the building.
Yeah, if you're still playing at this point, you enjoy it for the building because there's almost no other reason. Like, once you play for like more than a couple weeks, you're like, okay, in order to get better, I have to build.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, like the no build mode is really enjoyable because it levels the playing field for people like me who play other shooters. And I can aim, but I'm not gonna I'm not wasting my time figuring out how to build. This is not fun. It's not fun.
Finally leveling the playing field.
I'm not like
if I can only
like flying around doing all these different key bindings.
It's the turbo building that's annoying. If you had like only like little 1x1 blinds or small cooldowns on builds where you could build to like heal and stuff, like I miss that kind of thing.
Yeah, like it's nice to be able to like, okay, if somebody shoots at you, I build like a little fort, and then you can push me and we fight. Right. But it's like whenever it becomes okay, you push me and we both build 2 towers and we're building ramps and we're going all over the place. Now everybody, it's like
that's we're building over each other so we can break each other's ramps.
Like I get that there's skill to the building and like you can be faster at editing and all that, but it's like when I play a game, I want to like just.
But that's like a whole skill set.
Relax, talk to my friends, like have a good time, make call outs, like run around, work together, and have fun. So like for me, the no building mode is great because it's like the exact same experience I want. Like it has all the great features of Fortnite, which is like good hit detection, good network, you never lag. You always like, it always feels fair when you die.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes there's stupid bullshit they add to the game, like the tank is stupid. It's just another mech.
Yeah, the tank is probably
some dumb weapons they add in and stuff. But it's like even with all that dumb stuff, the gameplay is fun because like you can trust like I'll relate it to something that like it made me think of is like Halo. Like I really enjoy playing Halo for casual, like you hop into a game, you play for 10-20 minutes and like it's just an enjoyable thing. Like you don't have to be sat in like a League of Legends game or a TFT game or like what all these games play where it's forever to get CS:GO,
like a 45-minute
it's a commitment. So like Fortnite is one of those games where like you hop in and you can just play, and so like I think it's a lot of fun that now you don't even need to have this requirement of knowing how to build or be working on your building every play. It's just okay, I can hop in and I'm, it's Fortnite, so it still has a lot of differences from other games. But like, if I'm aiming in another game, I can aim in Fortnite now, and I'm against other people who are doing the same thing. Because it always felt unfair when it's like, how can it rank me against other players based off my kills when it's not looking at how fucking terrible at building I am? Like, like that's what has frustrated me about the matchmaking is like I always felt like I was being overvalued because I can't build, but I can kill people.
I wonder if they have like advanced stats, like how many pieces of
I don't know
build, I don't know, mats you put down.
I'm sure somewhere something tracks it.
But even that, like I could build a lot and still be terrible
at building.
I never edit. I never edit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Building is one skill, and editing is a whole nother skill within that skill. That's the problem. That's like it's a massive ceiling you put on the skill set of the game, and the reason why I think people like dog on the game, especially call it kiddie game, when you see these things, is because the kids are the ones who have the time to invest to learn how to do this shit. Like we're grown men, we could learn how to do it. No one doubts that.
Well, and it doesn't take
it's
a
just we don't have the fucking will and drive with the time.
I don't have the drive to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to learn that shit. I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
No, like when I hop on, I just want to be able to have have my good time for my 20 minutes or whatever, and then or for a free play for an hour. I think
also we all recognize that if this point in time we're going to like learn a game to a level of like trying to be good at it, it's not to the level of trying to be insanely good at it.
Yeah,
to be professional.
Like
I
just want to be able to enjoy the game.
I'm trying to get good enough at the game where I don't ruin my teammates' experience.
Yeah,
I think that's kind of my goal now. Is
that
like,
makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to inherently.
Unless I'm playing League with you guys in a 5-stack, then I'm totally first timing a champion. And just going,
because you're also laying down too.
I'm also laying down. on my belly with my legs kicking back and forth. Like, all right, time to smite dragon.
Yeah.
And you missed.
And I missed again. Or I
Yeah.
don't fight.
But yeah, so I think I like no building Fortnite for me is like a dream come true because that's always like been my complaint is like it always frustrated me that like there was always this next step that I would have to take if I wanted to get good at Fortnite. And it's like I want to be able to be good and like you said, not drag down the team because when I play with B and he really like one of our friends, Brandon, he really likes building. He's the guy that he's insane at it. He knows what he's doing. So when we played, trios or whatever, I always felt like, okay, I can't get in. If I see a guy building, I can't go up and start fighting them because like I'm just a liability. Like I get in, I do my ramp, and then once that's done, I'm dead.
Right.
Yeah.
I think also too, there's something
be...
that should be noted about the allure of being like, hey, do you want to try playing Fortnite again? There's a mode with no builds. A lot of people who have played before will be like, ooh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Because now they don't have to worry
people
about
back into the game.
Well, I mean, like, so in the no build mode, can you still destroy shit with your pickaxe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, honestly, like Fortnite without the building, it's just such a clean, crisp battle royale, on its own. Like it because like a lot of battle royales still do kind of suck. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like,
or it's like, I mean, PUBG is so like even now I haven't played it in so long, but it looks
on PUBG.
It looks so clunky, but like I mean, when you're comparing battle royales, so like that's why I was saying like the hit detection and the net code and everything for Fortnite is so refined that I feel it feels fair. Like I feel like when I feel really accurate every time I make or every time I do something because I don't feel like the movement is so smooth, and that's the same thing Apex has done really well too, where Apex has refined their movement to make it a really cool part of the game.
That's why the other game.
No build Fortnite allows you to have that sort of sliding and jumping and the crazy 360 shots that we used to see. And then I fell in love with Fortnite for like watching streams back in the day.
Taking away building is like, or like having a mode without it is like one of the things that they've like, because Fortnite's like all trial and error at a certain point with the shit they add, you know what I mean? Like I feel like right now is a really good spot for the game, although I haven't played, so I can't really like be the hardest, but I haven't seen like complaints. Like I remember when they had the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet in games, and like if you got it, you just became a god lasering people.
But that was just a game mode for like a week.
Well, but it was in the real. They would do it in tournaments too. Like that's
exactly.
Like the competitive players is what used to complain about a lot of these changes.
But I mean, and like I remember they had like the mechs. They had like there was.
I remember when there wasn't even a competitive queue.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But so like I feel like right now they probably have a good handle on that kind of stuff. But like they'll just everything they would add is like either something really complicated.
Honestly,
really
if they take the tank out of this season, they have a perfect season in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
And get rid of the tank like in a midway patch or whatever, and
like the thing is like that's really good because in previous seasons there's like a season where we had crazy fucking vehicles and then the homing rocket that you would just shoot and control. Like I remember people just build like a little thing around them and just shoot up and
shoot and
like so I think the game is at a good spot and like they're not doing super wacky crazy stuff. I mean obviously like the Spider-Man shit, that's just cool. Like
that was cool, but I'm glad it's gone.
Just
I think
taking away the building is such like it seems simple enough, you know what I mean? But it just impacts the game so well. Or doesn't, depending on how you look at it.
True.
Yeah, so I would say no build Fortnite for me is like 9 out of 10. Like I said, if you remove I'm gonna use it as like this whole season patch as a whole. So like if you remove the tanks for me, it's 10 out of 10. Like they got rid of most of the shit. And the thing is, they didn't just remove building; they also added like being able to vault over obstacles and being able to
that's awesome.
Sprint. They added in a sprint, and then they added in like a temp shield. So people have 50 more health than usual. Like they have a 50 health shield.
Yeah, that should be noted too. Like the free shield like really makes a difference in how long your fights go. And it makes it more interesting.
And it makes shields a really, really valuable resource again because it doesn't feel like you have to have so many bullets in all this clip because you're like you don't have to shoot through all the bills now. Like you just have to hit a guy. Like when you're fighting somebody, they maybe get their 50 health shield back, but it's like it's finding health in shields is a lot harder when everyone's taking more damage.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know. So
absolutely.
I've been really enjoying it. I've been meaning to play
Farm,
a
when
lot
are you
more.
gonna get on
I
that
like
with
it.
us so we can make some bonus content for
Dude,
Patreon? The
yeah,
boys
I'll be
running the trios for maybe a little bit. You know what I'm
trio
saying?
no builds. I'd be into it. I'd be
That's
into it.
see, sounds good.
All right. Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
think
I think
I'll.
we thoroughly covered the whole Fortnite build.
Yeah,
You wanna?
I guess I'll just give my take, even though I haven't really
Yeah.
played. I'm gonna say it's like an 8 out of 10. Like this is definitely something. Like I think Epic has just found their stride with this game. It's wacky shit. It's like simple yet rewarding and fun gameplay that can also get difficult depending on how you want to play.
Yep.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they offer you so many ways to play. It's great.
Exactly. So
Forcing.
I think Epic is really doing a great job with this. So 8 out of 10. Fortnite always gonna be good. From meme to dog shit to meme to fucking just the best
There and
battle
back
royale. Yeah,
again.
To
exactly.
the
We've seen it
greatest
all.
Fortnite,
advertising program of all
Yeah,
time.
well, did we suck Fortnite's cock enough this episode? I'm
Give me
not
some
sure.
V-Bucks Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free V bucks in the comments.
Speaking of inhaling meat,
Go on.
hold on to your hats for this next one, boys. We got to talk about the raw meat subreddit.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
you showed me this fucking atrocity of humanity.
Oh yeah, it was me who did that. Let me go
Yeah.
ahead. Did I post that in ideas, the link to it,
I
or
believe so. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to pull it open.
don't worry,
and,
I'm pulling it open myself
okay,
here.
okay. So, for those who can't guess and are just stupid, maybe
and
the
also
raw
for the
meat.
audio listener idiots,
Yeah,
can't see what we're talking
yeah.
about.
The raw meat subreddit is not home, like, for those with a dirty mind as well. It is just it's just people who eat raw meat. They literally, it's just people posting themselves eating, just ripping their chicken from the pack and just eating it. They're just eating their steaks. It's all raw, like eggs raw, dude. And they like say it's better for their skin, their hair. Bro, these people are fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
but there's a trend amongst these where you see every couple posts where someone's like, I'm feeling kind of very unwell. I'm not really doing very well recently. There's a couple
Uh,
memes that we posted too. You know, the classic black man very happy and then shocked underneath,
yeah.
and on the happy it says food burners watching cows eat their natural diet, and then it says food
Um.
burners watching humans eat their natural diet. Um, so
So I
yeah,
just I don't.
that's a term they use. It's
Yeah.
food burners. You know,
Food
if you cook
burners.
your
If you
food,
cook your food,
you
you're a
burn
food
it.
burner.
You're a food burner. So settle on
Uh,
that before you think about these
can
people's
you
Bruh.
imagine,
sensibilities.
like, you're in an argument with someone and they just call you a food burner? Like
Eat my
Oh
that?
my!
fucking food burnt
I'm
balls,
looking at
bro.
what this guy just has a leg of chicken,
Yeah.
and eh, it's not cooked at all. It's just raw, and he's just holding it in his
S-
fist.
Yep.
Just
So this isn't like a huge community, but it is a community that exists.
it,
Probably shouldn't exist.
he has
I'm
an
just
ice
gonna.
cream cone with raw beef just stacked like
Oh,
ice.
oh yeah. Are you looking at top right?
Yeah. I'm looking
Okay,
at the
so
all-time best. That was 11 days ago.
I'm just on the base whatever high, and I just want to give some highlights from just a few scrolls of the wheel, right?
I'm gonna throw up.
Opinions on vaccinated beef have not been able to
Oh.
find unvaccinated beef in the
Okay,
area
okay.
I live in.
Hang on. I just want to take a second here. If we are already crossing boundaries with the anti-vax community, I'm going to take a bet that within the top 10 posts, we can find a link to the anti-Zionist community as well.
Is this like a new game? Like, you know how there's like GeoGuessr, like, and
It's
people are
like
trying.
6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but
Kevin
instead you're
Bacon
like,
except
how many
with
leaps till you get
extremism.
to? Yeah, it's how
Yeah.
many extremist leaps can you make before you get to anti-Zionist propaganda about how like
How many-
Jerusalem
Won't
was like
take
a
long.
false state created after World War II or something.
That's fucking hilarious. I'm
I
sure
bet
you
we can
could.
get there. I bet we could.
Doesn't
It's not
take
hard.
long. The extremists are in flocks generally.
Let me go to
I'm
top.
disgusted by this topic. Can I put that out
Dude,
there?
yeah,
Yeah,
Food
just
absolutely.
looking at
burning.
the photos
Yeah,
is disgusting.
this is like a 2 out of 10. I think it's funny that like, okay, my favorite one is the one that's in the fourth picture of the Reddit post, and it's titled "Dizziness, Vomiting, Assault." It says, "Hello, I have a problem. I have been eating raw since May, with raw fat. From time to time, I have fruit and eggs. It's more than 3 months now. Problem started 4 days ago when I wanted to vomit after raw eggs. Now I want to vomit every day plus feel really dizzy. I've noticed I'm craving salt. I really want to eat pickled / sour cucumber / sauerkraut or drink blood, but I don't have access to. I don't know what to do. Do you add salt to your meat? Is it a problem of low sodium or just adjustment to diet? I'm a little bit afraid since it was happens after 3 months. I've never been craving as much now as salty food. How do you deal with it? I'm going to assume this is not their English is their first language, which makes it even funnier that they're absorbing a subreddit that's completely in English, talking about that you don't even salt. Okay, first off, what is wrong with these people when they don't think they can't even salt their meat? If they're eating it raw, of course you can salt it. Why is it salt's a mineral? Like why? It's from the earth. Why can't you do that?
There's literally no argument to be made about salt except like each little salt is just like a GPS tracker going into your blood.
What's the confusion? I don't understand.
Microscopic nanobot.
Oh my god! Yeah, like well, unless you get the kosher salt, then you know that it's a microbot instead of a nanobot.
Well, then you're anti-Palestinian.
Dude, I just can't. I can't even understand.
These people are so fucking nuts because like they go to this subreddit and they like just read this, take it at face value, and then when things start going wrong with their health, they come back to the same subreddit.
Hey, what do I do?
Like, oh, these guys fucked me up. They must have the solution too.
Yeah. Like, oh man, it's so disgusting, and like I don't understand how like Reddit.
Do you guys think vegans hate them more than they hate food burners?
Oh man,
because
they're still eating. They already killed it. They already done the humane part. So which one do they like less?
I feel like it has to be the raw meat people.
Yeah, it has to be the raw meat because like you're not on a raw meat diet without like.
I guess that a raw meat eater would be the antithesis of a vegan.
Yeah, I feel like if you stuck
it's like not only are you going to eat meat, you're going to eat it wrong.
First of all, these people are like the biggest cowards. Because to me, a raw eater, you should be killing that meat and just biting.
Yeah, like if you're hunting, you should be hunting like our ancestors.
Yeah, you should be alive,
eating it off the bone.
Yeah, if it's not still moving when you take your first bite, like you're not really eating raw meat, dude. You're eating processed dead meat.
Yeah, it's processed, and you can
exactly. But like I feel like a vegan is always gonna hate a raw meat eater more because the raw meat eating is just one checkbox on a list of many different fucking issues with this person. You know what I mean? Like,
that's got to be the tip of the iceberg.
This is the first thing that you see. You are in for a long fucking rabbit hole and some weird shit in this person's closet.
Right.
Yeah. Once you unpack the raw meat, it's just
you gotta unpack it. You gotta eat it. I mean, what do you mean?
Gotta eat it. You just gotta take it to the chin.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a negative fucking 7.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give 0 out of 10 on the eating raw meat.
Wait, boys! I need to know which we need to make this a bracket, but like which is the worst subreddit, Pilk or raw meat?
Pilk has a subreddit.
Does Pilk have a subreddit? Oh god.
Oh yeah. r/Pilk.
No.
I think raw meat is worse. Raw meat is.
This is where the podcast ends forever.
I agree, dude. Every podcast, I'm gonna find a way to sneak in the WWE and Pilk every moment.
I hate it here.
This is the defender of Pilk.
A beast of my own creation.
Speaking of hating it here, let's talk about someone who fucking always hates when he goes out because he's stuck to his wife, Will Smith.
Oh god,
yeah, we're gonna cover that now.
Yeah, we need to give it a little time.
Since we were talking about raw meat and eating the animals just straight from the bone, let's beat this dead horse a little bit more.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah. What does Ja Rule think?
For those who were under a rock, last weekend at the Oscars, is that right?
Yeah,
the Oscars.
Yeah. Was it 2 weeks ago? I don't even fucking remember.
Who cares?
No, it was last weekend because we didn't.
Mm.
Yeah, the whole thing. Cool.
Yep.
So Will Smith got upset with Chris Rock during a joke about what appeared to be G.I. Jane, referencing his wife, and he went on stage and smacked Chris Rock in the face, and then sat back down and screamed at him twice. Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth, I believe was the quote.
That was the exact quote.
Yeah. Said it twice. Was not escorted out. Was not he won an award after that, I think.
Yeah, he did win an award. He went back up and said some words.
Yeah, he went back up. That was a thing. Yeah, man. That happened.
Yeah. I mean, and for those who live under a rock and don't know, the reason Will allegedly got so mad over this joke is Jada Pinkett has alopecia, which, for those of you who do know this and found out what alopecia is for the first time, fucks with your hair, I guess.
It's a bacterial thing.
It's a skin or hair disease, generally.
It's like it's a genetic bacteria. It's not bacterial even. It's a genetic disorder where your hair follicles kind of just let it.
We're not doctors. Out. I'll still write you a prescription.
I've known people who've had it though.
You can Google.
Yeah, it's a fairly common thing.
Yeah,
so it
happens.
Yeah. But whether or not he knows,
in the fucking face.
Violence on live television. Or national television.
I mean, honestly, if you look up the history of the Oscars issues and shit like this happening, this is nothing.
No, you don't think so?
This is nothing. This is literally one of the most tamest incidents to happen at an Oscars ever, comparatively. People are freaking out about it. The only reason people are freaking out about this is because the internet exists now. Yeah. Let's not forget, Clint Eastwood would literally call every black actor and actress going up or being nominated just the N-word from wherever he was sitting. And Quentin Tarantino as well.
Here's another
the woman who I just to throw this out there just to let you know how fucked the Academy is and how bullshit the Oscars have always been. A Native American woman won an award for the first time ever, and they had to have security hold back. I can't remember if it was Clint or Quentin, but one of those.
John Wayne.
It was John Wayne. Sorry, my bad. I got my white guys confused.
Yeah.
They had to have security hold him back so he wouldn't beat this woman for winning an award.
Because she went up there and she made comments about.
So Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. Who fucking cares?
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, it's not very ground defining or anything. For me, really the only thing that to be said about it is just I feel bad for Chris Rock, whether or not the joke was out of line. I'm not judge that. You don't ever expect when you're at your job in the middle of doing your job. He's a comedian, yes, so he's making jokes and maybe it was off color, but it's his job is to host the Oscars and be funny. That's what he's there to do. And you're actors. You're there to accept awards and just participate. They always make jokes at the actors' expense. It's always how it is.
Right.
I don't know.
I think Chris Rock
just hitting him was I think he should have been tackled immediately.
I don't think so.
No, I think he should. I think that because you know why? Because if anyone else did that, they would be, and that's why he should have been.
I don't think so.
If anyone else in that crowd went up on stage and physically assaulted the presenter of the Oscars, they wouldn't even have made it onto the stage.
Well, they're all everyone in the crowd is super high profile celebrities. So if Brad Pitt did that shit, I feel like he'd get away with it as well.
I feel like it's just this weird combination. I want to know what this series of events was. Who is at the stage?
Will Smith has stayed by his whore wife for decades now.
Yeah, she's awful. She's a child predator as well, because that's the other part of this that has come out that I never. So I'm not involved in on this. I didn't hear. I don't.
You're not involved in this drama.
Yeah, you're not part of the Hollywood circle
involved with the perils of the Smith family.
But I don't keep up with any of the Hollywood stuff. But then I hear all this shit coming out. So then apparently, August Alsina had lost his mom. And so Jada Smith stepped in and said, hey, you can come live with us. And this is when he's 16, 17. So he moves in with the Smith family.
Yeah.
And then now she's taking him to award shows as her date. And, you can see all these pictures. She's skimpy, they're out on like a red carpet at some big event, and
Mhm.
she's his date, and he's living with them, and is like was underage and is now 18 or 19 or whatever, and is still living with them, and it's like this whole thing. People are saying that like they had a relationship, and like it's all
Yeah.
this grooming
But
now.
you
Like,
haven't heard the hit song by him, Entanglement? That is clearly about her.
Yeah.
No, because I don't know. Like I didn't even know.
So
any
that
of
was
this
the first
going
thing
on
I did
until this whole thing
after I heard
happened.
about this, because I had known that, when Will was on TV and crying last year,
Mhm.
it was, or whatever, that was because she was cucking him, and
Yeah.
whether he says that he was seeing someone else and she was seeing someone else and it was a whole thing or whatever, he has been, this is my take on it. Number one, what I think has happened here is a man with trauma, who is
Mhm.
incredibly famous, who is too proud to go seek help from a professional,
Yeah.
is dealing with some mental torment about the honor and necessity of defending his wife and being there in a certain way for her.
I don't know if he's defending her
Oh
honor
no,
as
no,
much
no,
as
hang on
his
here.
own.
It's misguided. It's it's a covering of his own
Jada is here.
ego.
You gonna let him make that joke about me while you
Yeah.
sitting here? Like,
Right.
Pretty much.
But basically, like, I just think that he's a mentally unhealthy man who needs help, and he needs to not be hitting people.
that's fair.
That's the real takeaway. Now, the funny takeaway is like, damn, Oscar from Shark Tale just fucking hit, Marty from Madagascar over Gloria the hippo. That's crazy.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Like that's a nutty
Animal Kingdom,
crossover.
you wild.
DreamWorks crossover universe, pretty nuts.
Yeah, dude. Dude, that it is all crazy. I think for me, at the end of the day, I think Chris Rock comes out way better for wear and all this. Like Will Smith, honestly, just comes across like just so bitch made, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like
He looks so
he-
insecure with himself when he has to
and
do
it's
that.
it's like it's not like this is the first time like Jada Pinkett's been unfaithful. Like, didn't she have like romantic relations
Well,
with Tupac?
they're in an open relationship, but like
Okay,
the
I've
thing has
read
always
enough
been.
Reddit posts to know
Yeah.
an open relationship is just the quickest way to kill your fucking bedroom and everything like that.
Right? Like
Yeah.
So I just think he was out of line, but also they're trying to take away his Oscar. They made him stepped down from the
he stepped from the
Academy.
academy.
Which,
Like
okay, like I don't really care about that because the Academy's garbage. It's literally just the boys and girls who are in the friend group voting for what they want.
well, and let's
Um,
not forget that this is the same academy that voted for a bunch of pedophiles and gave them tons of Oscars in the past.
that's what I'm
So, like,
saying. Like,
And money.
and know about
well,
it.
I
and
mean,
knew
like
about
it's to a point where actresses of color and actors of color always file for best supporting, whatever,
Mhm.
because they know they'll never win the best at like the woman who was like won the Oscar for 12 Years a Slave, who wasn't like the main lady but was a main lady. You know what I mean? Like there's movies like that where there are multiple main characters.
Yeah.
She won the Oscar for best supporting. Probably would have won it or should have won it, I should say, if she had gone for like best actor. I need to double check this
Right.
because I don't have the information off the top of my head, but I know this is very common. The Oscars suck, Grammys suck. The Grammys think they're gonna get ratings, but little did they know WrestleMania is a part two. Part two tonight.
I hate it here. It's official.
They weren't expecting the WrestleMania rule.
I wasn't expecting WrestleMania.
Get me on their marketing team right now.
Yeah, get him off this
Well,
podcast.
Well, here I'll help you with some marketing, because speaking of marketing, we have some 5-star reviews.
They
could
do
probably use
indeed.
some marketing
Okay.
refinement following whatever they said.
Let's
So
hear
we'll pull
this.
up our reviews.
All right. Yeah, we have a 5-star review here, our first one. And for future
Okay,
reference, we will
okay.
read all 5-star reviews on the pod, because why the fuck not? We need free content. It's titled "I Need a Towel." This is a 5-star, obviously, once again. So, prepare yourselves. This podcast left my loins thoroughly moistened with various fluids. 1 to 10 is a 10 out of 10 would consume again.
Love that.
Can
Love that.
confirm
So
he has also commented on our YouTube section. And
Elegant prose.
yeah, we're not
Okay.
going to talk about the WWE related comments he left. We're going to move on from wrestling. This
Wait,
episode.
I need to look at these.
Oh, you
comments
got a
after.
wrestling stand in the comments?
Yeah, we do.
Hell yeah, bro.
We'll address that at another date.
Well, we'll do
Welcome.
what Hikaru did or we'll do what Dr. Disrespect did to Hikaru and ban that guy for talking about wrestling.
Wait.
We want to move on to our next.
Yeah, okay. Can someone explain this one to me? Like, so how did Dr. D get Hikaru banned from?
Hikaru
Because I
was
saw,
streaming chess.
yeah.
And he
Oh,
played with
yeah.
Doc because he was teaching Doc, and he didn't have Doc on camera or anything, but I guess he was on stream with him, and then
No, so even just the personality of him being in.
Yeah,
on
Yeah,
man.
so it
Yeah.
wasn't Dr. D who got him banned. It was because he had Dr. D on his stream, and
Mhm.
Dr. D is banned from Twitch. Fuck Twitch. Fuck their guidelines. It doesn't make sense.
So the weird context around it, I guess, mostly is not only one, it sucks for Hikaru, because for those who don't know, Hikaru is a grandmaster chess player who is also a streamer and personality under the TSM brand. And it really just sucks because Hikaru's like one of the nicest dudes, so
Yeah.
he didn't mean anything wrong by it. But also the weird context is in the same week earlier, Dr. Disrespect put a tweet out, and it's like an image, and it's a still of a placard card, and it says like, "My legal dispute with Twitch has been ended."
With Twitch is at an end, yeah.
Neither party admits to any wrongdoing, and that was kind of like where it left off at. So it's like kind of confusing.
Yeah.
There's God, somebody has got to find out why he got banned. Like, how does no one know? That's what I want to like.
What's
It's got to
gonna
be
happen?
something
Well,
bad
people
enough
no
that,
people
like,
know. Like there are clips of other streamers blatantly being like, "Yeah, no, I know what happened to Doc." And so people are under. People know. People
so
know.
it's gonna leak at some point.
It's gonna leak. I feel like
I
Dr. D
need
will-
that information in my phone.
It will
I
happen
have to
one
know.
day, but I
To
don't
the
know
vein,
if that day
mainline
is
it.
anytime
Yeah.
soon. I think it might
Like,
happen after Doc is done being a streamer.
That's what I'm saying. I think once Doc is like retiring from streaming, once he does that, if he ever does
but
that,
it depends on what it
he's
is.
gonna
'Cause,
do a
like, what if
tell-all.
he did something really bad and he doesn't want to say?
Oh, he
like,
definitely did really bad.
Yeah, he definitely
exactly. So it's like, so he doesn't want that to get out. So why would he ever bring it back up in the future?
He's done with streaming. He's sitting on his money, and it's like the last dance, bro. He wants to cash out one more time.
But no,
Write
but
a
like,
book,
but it
write a
depends
tell-all.
depending on what it is.
Exactly.
Like, who knows how bad it is? Like, what
Well,
if
he
it's
didn't go
something
to
that, like,
prison or jail.
We can
so
rest
you know.
assured that the
But
fact
that's
is
the thing.
that-
Like, Twitch doesn't need legal basis to ban him from streaming.
Oh yeah, but it's not like he
They
didn't
can
kill
just do
anyone.
it.
You know.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is like maybe
Look,
he did
all it
some
takes
like
is one person.
all
being
these
like,
Twitch parties or
he's
being
using
creepy
his
or like who knows
platform
what it is.
against
That's
me.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need to know
all it
what
takes
it
is all it takes is one person being like, "Hey, well, of moderate esteem or repeated defense." If he is using it to do like lead a sexually charged relationship with someone who's not of age,
Yeah, because like he already had the one
someone who
cheating thing
is
with his wife,
of age, and
Yeah.
he is misusing his platform, and let's say someone talked to him, and then they changed their mind about him, and then they went and used that information later against him. The point is that like it doesn't take much to really get Twitch not too happy with you. But then again, there have been other people who still stream on Twitch who have done things that are questionably legal. So we can kind of get some idea of legal precedent of what does and doesn't allow you to keep being on the platform.
I'm still here. I'm just shutting my door.
You're good. I just don't think it's worth delving too deeply into the idea of what did he do, because we're not going to know for a long time.
I don't
because people who have called things or have leaked things before have said that they know, and they are very tight-lipped about it.
Yeah.
See, that's why it makes me think it's bad, because if they would say if it was something that wouldn't harm his character, then people would be able to talk about it. So it's got to be something that
harms
he would,
his character,
like,
but it's something that's not legally going to put him anywhere. So that it goes only so far. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like,
or maybe you know, that's the thing though, because it could have been in like a gray area, and that's why they had all this whole legal dispute.
I mean, like, Dr. D is like what, like in his 30s to 40s now, right?
No, I think
pretty
he's
old.
older than that. No, I think
yeah, exactly.
Like
so, dude, he's definitely like. Well, first of all, people get wild as they get older. Like this, I don't know if you guys saw that chart, like Moist Critical YouTube video of him like showing the CNN anchor coming back a year later to talk about him beating off on a Zoom call meeting. Did you guys see this or hear about this? This happened last year. Like a news anchor from CNN was fired, and it came out it was because he was masturbating on a meeting call. And then this year, I guess recently, they had him come back to explain it because he's doing his comeback tour. But the crowd had already forgotten, and like it's just one of those things. But it only hurts his character to come out and do this interview,
right?
And like, but he's still doing it. So like, I could totally see Dr. D being like, "Yeah, I did this fucked up shit, not illegal, but I did this shit.
But that's when
and
he's
this-
in a place where he's okay. Think about this though. This guy's in a
Yeah.
place where he's down in the dumps already, and
he's not gonna do this
exactly
now.
doing well, right? Doc would
Yeah.
never do it because Doc still has a great career going on.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And
he's gonna.
such a big
if-
following.
I
Yeah.
think he will do it as a tell-all or something.
It
Like
will either be a
last
comeback story for One Last
Ye-
Hurrah. Oh, my dog
Yeah.
is fucking with the lights.
Yeah, that's fine. He
He's
just wants to
gonna-
look outside.
He just wants to be out there.
Yeah,
And not,
I agree.
It's all right. Yeah, so let's just transition from one TSM adjacent topic to another. Let's just iron all that out. So
Let's hit it.
I'll lead this one just because I think I know the most about it. So Peter
100%.
Zhang in TSM. Peter Zhang was a coach who's been in NA since season 4 when LMQ came to the LCS. And he has been a mainstay around, but he's been at TSM as part of development for about 2-3 years, I think. I can't remember exactly how long. But basically, he got fired from TSM a couple weekends ago, right before they had a great weekend and they went 2-0, which was really weird because they've had one of their worst performances ever, and we'll cover that here in a bit. But basically, Peter Zhang gets fired, and everyone's like, oh, weird. And then all this information starts coming out. A Deserto article comes out about how it might be a money or laundering thing, or there's an issue with this. But basically what happened was Sword Art, who was a player who was on TSM last year, who came over from China, who was highly valuated, like $3 million for that 1 year valuated.
It's a whole nother conversation.
Peter Zhang allegedly owed Sword Art money, like 80 grand money, because apparently Sword Art had a BMW, I think it is what
Yeah.
was said, that he left in the States and told Peter, like, hey, sell this for me and send me the money when you sell it. He said, cool. He sold it, didn't send him the money, apparently. So that's like a big fraud thing.
Okay.
But then it comes out that there's even more problems with it. So basically, Peter then apparently also went around to a bunch of different people in the scene, including players on TSM, asking them to borrow money of varying amounts, anywhere from $5,000 to up like $150,000.
Yep.
Because he was saying he has to pay for a surgery for his sick grandma with cancer, or
Yep.
then also said maybe things like stem cells or different. Like he said a
Oh
lot
my
of
God,
different
and he's
things.
defrauding all these
Surgeries,
people.
all like
Right. So he says that there's a lot of different reasons why, and he says a lot of varying amounts, all different people. But then it also comes to light that he has been a conduit or something similar to exchanging money from the U.S. to China for an agent for one pro player at least on the team, Yursan, if not potentially more players in the past. They're
Yeah.
uncertain. So he was let go from the organization. He does have a green card, but apparently a lot of people are like, he will never come back to America.
he's not coming back to the States.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
people are like,
no.
he's never coming back to the States, like based upon like what's gone on
Like,
over here.
like what he was doing is he was going up to people, thinking of a number of what they possibly could give him.
Yeah, it's like adjusting
Yeah.
for inflation of what they themselves know, he knows they have. And the whole Yursan thing was like $1,000 a month he was sending over to the agent or something like that. But
Yeah.
the problem is that like there's several layers of issues. Number one, it's a conflict of interest to ask players when you're the coach or a strategic coach who has
Yeah.
emphasis on academy especially.
Mhm.
And also like there's also the potential like talk of he was acting as both a recruit and a player agent when he was recruiting people from China. And then who knows if he was cutting people off the top for things in their deal.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
using
You know,
that
he's paying
leverage of
them
that
himself,
position
yeah.
to say, hey, if you give me money or you give me this much of your cut when you get like signed on, I will give you a spot on this roster or whatever. And if you decide
Exactly.
you're not going to, then I'm not going to even sign you. Like, there's so many angles of what's wrong with this. But
This story,
it kind of
coming
fizzled
out-
after it happened the first week. Like no one's
Yeah.
really talked about it since. But Peter did respond to a few things, and he said that like certain things are untrue, or you know, the like he specified very specific things. But it sounds like
I didn't ask him for 5,000. I asked him for 6.
the big specific thing that
Shit's
the interesting takeaway
650, thank you.
is that Peter kind of thought of himself as like there was like, you know, Reggie or Reginald is the owner of the team, and he's like
Yeah.
the main one, and he's like kind of like his own little like bubble off from Reginald. He kind of thought of himself as like he's operating in the interests of the team, so he thought
Yeah.
he was doing no wrong, but like not in reality realizing he could be potentially like defrauding money for like transfer fees and taxes, because when you bring money in from one country to another, you have to like, depending on how much it is, you have to declare a certain amount.
Yeah, there's all
so you have
sorts
to pay
of
taxes on it. Like that's how it works in Korea. Even if it's like over 30,000 or something like that, USD, I think is what it was. I think LS said that in a podcast. But the main point here is that there's like potential money laundering, potential theft, potential a conflict of interest, trying to get people signed on.
Tons
to the
of fraud.
I mean, like hearing
it's-
this story,
and then not to
makes
mention that fact that he stole them. He definitely stole the money from Sword Art.
yeah,
like-
100%,
Like he even admitted that he like I meant to pay him back, but I didn't. It's like it's 80
I
grand.
see, worded it like that.
80
Like,
grand!
I didn't steal it. I just
I
I
didn't steal
sold the
it.
car and spent his money,
Dude,
but I'll get it back to him. Like,
right. Just that was crazy. So yeah, that's a big
I
L
mean-
for the TSM organization. Not because they're losing much and Peter Zhang not being a part of it, but because like it doesn't bode well for what is also part of what our topics are.
Yeah,
and
that
is
doesn't.
TSM has had the worst split they've ever had in league history.
yeah,
They did not make playoffs for the first time ever. They've always made playoffs. They did not make it through this time. No lower bracket run to quench out Worlds
Yeah, no
2020
run
for
back.
one last 0-6 run with Double Lift and Bjerg. You know,
Yeah,
like
like,
there was nothing. Like
for good time's
yeah,
sake.
they're shitting the bed.
So,
And it's not
I
good.
think like the Peter Zhang story coming out just makes looking at this TSM roster just makes more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's so many NA players,
Well,
so
the
many
claim-
players they could.
The claim was that there was 30 to 35 plus people who were boot camping in China in the offseason
Yeah.
when this team was created. So
Yeah.
if this many people were flown in, and now there's potential for like nepotism and conflict of interest for the income,
Like, plus,
it
you gotta
be
remember,
a possibility to understanding what the
like,
fuck happened here.
So like you got to remember, like Peter, like if he was like telling players to sign on for XYZ, give me this cut and you're on, like then it also makes sense because Reggie said he spent the most on this team, so it's obvious like he
Well,
fucking
let's take a quick dip into this. Let's make this our real ending point for this topic. So this is
Yeah.
what we can actually take. So there is a claim that when this whole like amount of money that Reggie spent on this team that's floundering out came through, he said it is just as expensive as if he would have gone with this alternative team that they were going to have, which was
like
going to be
double lift.
the Jensen double lift super team. So
Yeah.
it would have been
Mhm.
theoretically Hootie, Spica, Jensen double lift, and who was going to be their support?
So he wanted a import support, double lift. That was his thing.
Right, so he wanted a European, maybe. I can't remember who it was potentially up for it. There was someone specifically named.
Because he said he
it
would
could have
come
been
back.
Vulcan. It could have been Vulcan.
Oh,
That's what
it might have
was.
been Vulcan. You're
That's
right.
right.
You're
It was
right.
before EG got Vulcan. So that hearing that team out loud, like alone, versus the team that TSM has. I mean, 1 to 10. What do you guys think? Which one would you rather had?
Oh, obviously
Well,
the
definitely
fucking
double
double
lift
lift
coming back,
Jensen.
yeah.
Like,
Right?
why would
you take double lift
having
Jensen,
double lift is
a
an
core
instant win.
identity of liquid success at a certain point in
is
time,
Jensen
and go,
even on a
let's-
team right now?
No, Jensen's teamless.
That's such a crime.
So
That's
is
such a-
Nesquik, dude. Niski is not even playing on a
Dude,
team either.
I don't understand that one either.
That
Like,
one's nuts.
I get why Fnatic has humanoid now, so I totally understand that. But
That makes
fucking-
sense. Yeah. Humanoid's
bro.
cracked.
I don't even know who's a mid laner for Dignitas even. You know what I mean? Like,
Blue.
why would you take?
Who
There's,
is-
Blue was on
Ooh.
SK last year, and he was on an
Bro.
LDR or fucking or yeah.
oh yeah, that
regional
SK
roster. Yeah,
lineup
yeah.
that didn't make playoffs and suck cock. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Blue and
Blue's
Neon,
pretty-
I remember that.
Yeah.
Blue Neon comp, that team. Garbage.
Yeah.
So yeah, TSM fumbling the bag with their roots, their League of Legends team. It's really weird to see that because like I think
Yeah.
they're probably doing well in other aspects, but god damn, not making playoffs, going out like this, like
Yeah. So there's talk of whether they'll actually nuke the roster at this point.
I think
or
they
they'll
have to.
just-
You,
You
have,
have
to. You
to.
spend so much money and you just get shit on.
You-
Like,
Either you
really-
nuke the roster and build a better one, or you stick with the development and hope that it's. Reggie still said it might be a 2 to 3 year development plan to get them to.
Yeah, it's a 2 to 3 year
it's not.
real
No, it's not.
I think
No,
you
it's
need to
not.
get rid of Kaiduo. I'll say that. I think Shen Yi's fine. I think he can stay, and I think he's actually doing good things for the org. At
No,
this
keep
point.
Spica. That's it.
Yeah,
Just that's all. That's it.
I mean, Hooney's fine too. He just needs to stop being bad. But that's
Fuck
not gonna-
that, dude.
I love Hooney
Fuck.
though.
Hooney's good to a certain degree, but it's
He
like
never
I feel like
performs in
Yeah,
big
I mean that
tournaments,
Rumble
so-
game he had was pretty clutch, and that's about it.
he Rumble. He plays Rumble well.
Hey man,
It's very good
hey,
Rumble.
man. One Rumble
Yeah.
win from another. Okay.
But speaking of disappointing orgs and just disappointing ends to the season, Cloud9 got fucking exposed yesterday, dude.
Yeah, the 100 Thieves 3-0 against Cloud9.
The number one team, regular season team.
That was Liquid.
Was it? I thought it
Yeah,
was
it
Cloud9. Okay, well, number two, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just 3-0'd in that kind of fashion. Like it was painful. It was surprising. It was I think it was surprising for me, the viewer, to watch that. But I know like on Twitter, I saw LS, I saw Kadrill, I saw Dom all tweeting out like, or C9 doesn't know how to draft, and if you just ban fucking Berserker or Summit out, the game's over.
Right.
And that's just what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, there was the forcing the pressure on it, but the reality is that like the salty run back in draft 2 where C9 literally played the same comp they just got shit on with, and Summit went 0-6 on fucking Renekton, and then they ran it back again and did a little better, but like it didn't
Slightly
really
better,
work.
still get still
I'm
lose.
gonna say this is the biggest draft sin beyond just the Renekton pick 2 games. The fact that
Yeah.
they kept letting Closer get Lee Sin was ridiculous. They should
Yeah.
not have let him have it. It was not a smart plan. The plan for the Max Waldo thing is not working out, in my opinion, as well.
I don't
But
think
I think this
so,
is something
dude.
that people mentioned early in the season is the depth of pool in draft has been cut due to the LS firing earlier in the season.
Yeah.
I think we can agree with that. But let's get away from esports. Let's move to that traditional sports real quick here with a pretty big
Okay.
announcement for us St. Louis boys. Parm, you want to?
Oh, yes. I mean, bro, the fucking king of St. Louis is returning to us. I've always said since he left, he was gonna fucking come back and retire here.
Hey,
And
10
I'm
years,
glad
and then
it
he got the
fucking
fucking
happened.
bag, and now
He got
Pujols
his
is
bag.
back.
The
And
fucking Albert
so,
Pujols.
is there not a
and
rumor that Pujols, Yachty, and Wainwright are all retiring after this year?
I wouldn't be surprised.
No. So the thing is like Wainwright has not said he's going to retire. He
Okay.
said he might, but he said
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know if I'm going to retire. Yachty has said it's his last year.
Right.
Willis has said it's probably his last year. But
Right.
again, it's one of these people that, when you've been competing for your entire life
Right.
and you're competing at a high level, and you can still. I mean, obviously he hit 21 home runs last year.
Yeah.
Plays enough games at DH this year against left-handed pitching. He hits left-handed pitching really well still. So it could be, not only is it like a nostalgia trip of like, holy shit, I watched all of his entire career in St. Louis.
Right.
Yeah.
It was basically, I mean, like thinking about it, I was thinking about it when I saw the news. It's like every time he stepped into the plate, you just expected him to get a hit. So like,
Yeah.
now, obviously he's older now. He's coming back. He had a lot of bad years over in LA, like over with the Angels, but I still feel like there's some magic there that they can harness, and I just want to win another championship for those three. Having Yachty, Wainwright, and Albert win another championship, then yeah, I think they probably all would.
Yeah, they would
It just
absolutely.
depends, because they're all kind of chasing some cool milestones. So
Yeah.
it's hard. Wainwright especially is just like, well, he lives in St. Louis, is been in it so long.
I think it
Yeah.
speaks big to the testament of the org being like really solid though, and being a place where people want to be.
Want to
like,
retire?
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Pujols like wanted to get the bag for 10 years. Absolutely.
Yeah, I
and
support
did.
that. I
And
support
now
that,
where does
by
he
the way.
want to? But where does he want to be? He wants to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what the magic
Exactly,
is.
bro.
So,
like that's
yeah.
Like,
well, one of the big things when he left was that they had a thing on the Angels contract where after he's done with his playing contract, he had the option of taking a contract for the next 10 years to be like Mr. Angel, essentially, was what they were calling it whenever the contract was written, because they not only wanted Pujols the player, they wanted Pujols the image. Because in St. Louis, he was such a huge, he's
an icon.
person. Yeah. He's iconic. So then when he went to the Angels, that's what they were trying to get, and they ended up with Mike Trout being their guy
instead, and Shohei Ohtani.
So like he's going to decline that contract and not pick it up and work in the front office for the Angels now. So now he can come work for the Cardinals once he retires.
Yes,
I'm totally be an ex-hitting coach. I'd be fine with that.
That'd be amazing.
I think he came out and said he doesn't want to do that though.
No, I think he's going to retire.
Yeah, he's just going to retire. But I mean, dude, I think that speaks volumes, because how many professional athletes like leave the city that kind of molded their careers and gave them that legend status? How many have like returned to retire there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it doesn't happen very often. I mean, like I would say it's comparable. Although baseball doesn't get the same kind of press and level of hype, I would say it's comparable to like LeBron James going back to Cleveland. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I was honestly thinking
but
that
like,
was
Except
he
for when he
didn't-
left for the Lakers.
yeah.
But yeah, again, but he's played longer afterwards.
Like
It's kind of soured that
Right.
moment a little
Tom
bit. but,
Brady's
like, it's the
not
same
going
idea.
back to the Patriots for one last season. You know what I mean? Like that's
Never.
not.
I mean,
Never.
Wait, I gotta stop. Because
You-
I know on this podcast I
never
said he wasn't
know.
coming back.
Yeah, you never know.
Fuck,
You never
the 1
know,
to 10
dude.
curse. Tom Brady's like will never
Yeah,
get
All
retired.
right. Well, I
Tom
think
Tom
that's
Brady-
probably a good spot to end it on. Tom Brady's
Same
coming
thing.
back to the Patriots. Parm
Yeah.
called it. Everybody.
Let's
Dude,
end on,
no.
let's end on that last little bit though, really quick. We got here, boys. Fun little game you like to play. A little fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
let's
Got
end
it,
on
got it.
that.
That's a good ask.
So which one of you guys wants to go first? I'm going last. I'm demanding that.
Okay, you can go last. I will go. I don't care. I can go first.
Go for it.
All right. So, which of the boys? Like, what three boys are?
Us.
Is it us?
We
Us? Oh.
three.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
us.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
gotta-
thought.
you gotta
Yeah, it's
divide
like,
us.
oh, who
All
is
right,
it?
all right, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna fuck Alex
Yeah,
because I
baby.
think he would be the more gentle lover.
You know it, baby.
you would kiss me for sure after you were done.
Yeah.
You
know it.
And I guess that I would probably I don't want to say I'd marry Durs, dude. You
Okay,
seem
okay.
pretty successful, whatever.
I'll make you a microwave quesadilla.
That's what I'm saying. Oh wait, never mind. I'm killing your ass, bro. I told you just the 2 words. Microwave quesadilla. Yeah, your ass is dead, boy. I'm marrying myself, bro.
There you go.
I
I'm a
just died.
narcissist.
That's maximum self love.
I'm cool as fuck, baby.
All right, there's your turn.
If you wouldn't fuck yourself, what are you doing, dude? Come on.
Stop that.
I can't make sweet, long, passionate love to myself though, so I'll probably have to marry Alec as well. I feel like he'd be a good husband. He's faithful.
I take
Yeah.
care of
He
business,
treats Sam
baby.
well, so that bodes well.
True.
And I'm gonna kill Parm because he's been
Yeah,
fucking
fuck
tormenting
you,
me for years.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with fuck Durs. Because I probably get a
Ooh,
microwave
yeah.
quesadilla out of it, but I don't want them all the time. I just want them once. That's why it's a fuck.
A nice little treat, you know.
Parm, I would
Just stand
marry
up.
because I could definitely snuggle Parm. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
true.
It'd be
I'm a good
nice.
cuddler.
It's
Yeah.
exact. See, he knows. All right, and then kill. I just kill myself. You know that.
That's fair.
Why not,
Yeah.
baby? Let's go.
Honestly,
True
that's the
emo
best
branding
answer.
right
All right,
there.
and with
Yeah.
that is the 1 to 10 podcast. Thank you guys. I'm gonna go blow my
Peace.
brains out.